Hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Lindsay. I found my informed consent form from Lighthouse Counseling Services of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. The majority of this informed consent form aligned really well with the American Counseling Association Code of Ethics 2014. And some of the sections that follow the recommendations of the ACA Code of Ethics that they included are potential risks and benefits, confidentiality. They mentioned when a counselor must report according to law. They mentioned that to provide the best care for a client, they will consult with the other counselors in their business, in the building. And then they also had a section of what confidentiality looks like with minors, how that changes when they turn 18, and then what it looks like in couples therapy as well, which I thought was great. Very clear. Other sections include record keeping. They didn't mention how the records are kept safe or how they're destroyed, but they talked about insurance involvement and court involvement in the records. They had a section on fees, insurance, and cancellations, as well as electronic communication and their social media policy, which was awesome because that can be a gray area this day and age. So they mentioned how confidentiality can't be promised in text messages and emails because phone companies and internet companies can technically have access to those. And then also they want to protect the integrity of the therapeutic relationship. And so they don't make connections on social media or accept requests. They also had another section on additional rights, and this follows Wisconsin state legislative law really well. So it includes how you have the right to be informed of treatment, modalities, the side effects and the benefits of that treatment, and you have a right to refuse that treatment. You have a right to file a grievance with the state licensing board if you feel your rights have been violated. They didn't mention how to do that or what website to go to do that, but they did mention it. Okay, and then some things that I thought this informed consent form lacked, according to ACA Code of Ethics, was counselor qualifications. They didn't include any information on their licensure or qualifications. And then they didn't include any information on emergency procedures. So like who to call in case of an emergency, what if a counselor passes away or becomes severely ill and can't continue the counseling relationship. They didn't have any information on referrals or other mental health facilities for the client to contact if need be. They also didn't have any information on counselor theoretical philosophy or how the counselor likes to go about counseling. And all of these things can allow a client to feel more comfortable. It can build trust when they know that there are plans in place in case something changes or something comes up. And it can really strengthen the counseling relationship. And I found this information from Renly and Herlihy, 2020, which is our textbook. Overall, this was a pretty good informed consent form. It was very clear. They used a lot of common language. I feel like they could have mentioned more purpose and goals of counseling. These were embedded into different sections of their informed consent form, but there wasn't anything that just jumped out at you. So if you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't find it. And a question I have is, what if a client doesn't really know much about counseling and they just have this Lighthouse consent form? I wonder if they could be confused or uncomfortable entering into sessions because they have no idea what to expect. And then I'm curious if the ACA, and maybe each state would create this, but if they could create a board that reviews informed consent forms and says, yes, this is okay, or no, this is not okay, you need to include these other things into it to help protect counselors. It would probably take a lot, but I thought that would be a cool idea, so I wonder if there's anything like that, or if there's anything in the works for a board to review informed consent forms for counselors. That is all. Thank you.